But first tonight, it's really happening. After 2 years, the surviving 20 Israeli hostages are expected to be released back into the arms of loved ones in days, thanks to the historic Gaza peace deal by Donald Trump. The front page of today's Jerusalem Post sums up the mood. He's bringing them home, is the headline. Day in, day out since October 7, 2023, we have seen horrific vision coming out of the Middle East as this war, started by Hamas, raged on. But now finally there is hope. The Israeli government has, in the last few hours, approved Donald Trump's peace plan. It means it's now highly likely that it's all systems go. A ceasefire has commenced, the IDF will withdraw from Gaza, and if all goes to plan, all surviving 20 hostages will be released within a 72-hour window, as Donald Trump prepares to travel to Egypt for the official signing.
It's going to be great. I think it's the hostages will be coming back Monday or Tuesday. I'll probably be there. I hope to be there. This is a great plan. This is a great peace plan. This is a plan that was supported by everybody. I mean, as I said, they're dancing in the streets of many, many countries right now. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
And look, the significance of that moment when the hostages are handed over cannot be understated. Now, look, we have to be cautious, and it's right to be cautious about what happens after they are released. But right now, there is no doubt this plan is the best hope Israel has got to claim back its sovereignty and bring peace to the region. In the end, who else has a plan on the table for Gaza, which has been run by Hamas for years with the intent of killing Jews and occupying its own state? And this is a plan to rebuild Gaza and rid Hamas of its influence.
We're going to create something where people can live. You can't live right now in Gaza. The place is it's a horrible situation. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. So, yeah, we're going to create better conditions for people. Yeah.
So if Donald Trump can pull this off next week, the world will be a better place for it. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, if he does it, give Donald Trump the Nobel Peace Prize. But look, all this does is show up Anthony Albanese and Penny Wong for the foreign policy embarrassment they are. For 2 years, they've been on the wrong side of history. And for 2 years, they've been all about momentum. Momentum for peace in the Middle East. Momentum for change. No action, just momentum. Their whole Middle Eastern foreign policy has been dictated by a form of energetic measurement.
We want to be part of the global momentum for peace.
Build on the momentum for peace.
Palestinian statehood as a way of building momentum.
A practical contribution towards building momentum.
Australia is making our contribution to that progress and to that momentum.
Not once has that momentum turned into actual results towards peace. Now, after having previously claimed credit for Trump's peace deal, saying his recognition of Palestine provided the positive momentum for Trump to put one on the table, the Prime Minister today had some sort of a reality check.
I very much welcome this breakthrough. President Trump deserves congratulations for the leadership that the United States has shown.
Gee, what that must have taken for the PM to actually give someone credit where it's due and not pat himself on the back and claim all the glory. He went on to say this.
We have called for some time for a ceasefire, for the release of hostages, for aid to be granted. That needs to happen. And we also need to talk about the day after, which requires a two-state solution. Australia has worked constructively with people.
Now, I have wondered over 2 years if the PM or Penny Wong even know that Hamas is a death cult terror group, because it's all just been about a ceasefire and then the release of the hostages. Now, had Israel actually listened to Albo's ceasefire calls, Israel would have been wiped out and Hamas would have achieved its goal. It would have seen Hamas still in charge of the Gaza Strip and still with a mandate that it's in its charter to destroy Israel. Yet Penny Wong was today also talking about, what's that key word? Momentum.
How do we build momentum? The coalition has been out of step with the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia and the many countries which sought to recognise help provide that momentum. What we've seen from the coalition is negativity, a desire to have a political division when really we should be speaking with one voice.
Well, momentum is not an argument for peace. This deal has not been agreed to because Anthony Albanese, Penny Wong and the rest of their lefty friends displayed momentum in rewarding terror on the world stage and recognising a Palestinian state. All that momentum and restraint has done is reward Hamas and tell the terror group to keep doing what it's doing. While Australia, the UK, France and Canada were betraying Jews and on the world stage, not putting forward any plan for peace, Donald Trump was actually working on a plan to make a tangible difference. The only pathway to peace has been because of Israel's sustained military operation, which has slowly dismantled Hamas and its operations, something Anthony Albanese and Penny Wong have repeatedly warned against.
Wanting to prioritise dialogue and diplomacy.
We wish to see de-escalation.
Diplomacy, dialogue and de-escalation.
Israel's friends urge Israel to exercise restraint.
We continue to call for a ceasefire along with the rest of the world.
Show restraint and de-escalate.
But never mind, there's momentum, right? And where has Labor's momentum got us here in Australia? With a fractured social fabric which has been decayed day by day. Not that Penny Wong seems to notice.
Social cohesion's been an issue that you've been aware of and saying don't bring the conflict here. If this peace deal is done, this ceasefire achieved, should people just ease up on that sort of weekly protest now?
Well, I think certainly political leaders should ease up. And, you know, I think we've seen both the Coalition and the Greens really try to bring the conflict here politically. Social cohesion matters, and what that means is we live in peace, we respect each other's rights to have different views, and we do disagree respectfully. We don't engage in violence, we don't engage in hatred, and we don't engage in abuse.
Really? Political leaders should ease up? Well, I'll show you what leaders easing up has led to. Anti-Israel protests wreaking havoc week in, week out. The Australian and Israeli flags set alight on the steps of the Sydney Opera House and replaced by flags of terror groups. A portrait of the Ayatollah of Iran carried across the Harbour Bridge. Synagogues firebombed. Anti-Semitic slogans graffitied on houses and businesses. Jews intimidated day in, day out. Sorry, I mean, unless I've missed something, I think that sums up what leaders easing up has looked like. I don't know what this is, maybe what Penny Wong means when she says that we should try and respect each other's views.
I'm smiling and I'm happy. I'm elated. It's a day of courage. It's a day of happiness. It's a day of pride.
And don't forget, the majority of our MPs, including Albanese and Penny Wong, have not even bothered to watch the full October 7 footage of the carnage carried out by Hamas. Now, we finally have an end game on the table, one that sees Hamas gone, Israel able to live in peace and not on edge, urgently preparing for a response to another attack on its civilians. Thank goodness for Donald Trump, not for momentum.